I'm going to talk about solitary confinement, even though I prefer to talk about being a lesbian. Um, it was really a hard choice. Now, both times that I was in prison, I'm a writer, and the first thing you ought to know is that veterans on your first day of prison tell you what to do and not to do. They basically said, stay under the radar, don't let the warden know your name, don't let an officer know your name, don't. I think it took about 10 minutes for me to screw up, and I think the warden knew my name immediately, because I came in as a 40-year social activist, having worked on women's rights, gay rights, civil rights. So I walked into prison, and it was a shock. So the first thing inmates told me is, don't ask anybody their stories, because they don't want to talk about it. So, of course, I asked everybody their story. I was likely to be the political activist I said I was. And they were watching me in both prisons, because you are not allowed to incite riots, and talking about cases meant the possibility of inciting a riot. And they knew I was talking to people about their cases. So the only way for me to get around it was to take a job on the yard, walking around the track. That was an outdoor rec job, paying 12 cents an hour. And what women would do is they would walk with me around the track and tell me their stories. And then I'd get off the track, write notes down, and then when I get back on the track, another woman would join me, and so we didn't look as suspicious, even though we all knew what I was doing. So, and by the way, in order to have the track job, I had to be willing to do what was on the track, which was to pick up goose shit. Because there was as many geese in prison as there were inmates, 1,100, and for some reason, their favorite place to take a crap was the place I chose to have a job, the track.